Hello and welcome to another Mrreeeee Real Talk. Today, I'd like to make my own tier list because I kind of enjoy looking at these tier lists and I thought, why not? I've recently hit 3.1k pugging and playing with friends in the M+ scene, and I want to talk about my tier list when it comes to forming groups. So, taking what I've known in the OCE community, taking the players, what I've heard, I think I've got maybe 35 plus time 20 keys. I'm starting to push those 25s, and really what goes through my mind when I'm looking at tier list and players. So I hope this helps you in making groups like it has for me, and let's hit it up. So I've ordered from S to F, but I've called it, these are always in my key. I guess if you have the score, you can come into my key. I've waited long enough. I couldn't find what I wanted, so I guess I'll take you. You have to be a friend and I might invite you. I'm not taking you, and I've literally never done a key with. So I guess from me, first up, Warlock, Affliction. I really haven't done a key with them. Every Warlock I bring is Demonology, and this kind of puts into always in my key and where it sits. I think there is some AF changes, but at the moment, everyone's playing demo, so I haven't seen it. This then shows that the demo is always in my key. I think Demonology Warlocks do insane damage. There are some nerfs coming, but they do really good damage, but they have huge survivability. When I start to see those single shot mechanics come out, like Demo with their Dark Pact and cooldowns, are just like, their health doesn't move. They've got a Battle Res, they've got a Hellstone. I think if you have a big demo in your looking for group, take a demo lock. What's the last? Destro? I think they're just playing. Like, I think you can have a Destro lock. I've just never seen them. They're playing demo. Everybody's playing demo. So really rare. I think they could compete with demo, but I think, demo's dominating. So I haven't really seen a Destro lock to really rate them. No one's played them. Mage. Oh, my friend. This is going to change recently, but I actually like taking mages into my keys. I have got Kelty who plays Arcane, and I say you must be a friend. I usually turn the keys, but actually he's sitting to if he has the score. I'm not 100% set on mage players, and I probably sit all three of my mage specs at if they have the score. I've been burnt by a lot of mages. I think the class is hard to play and play well. I think they're getting buffs, and if you have good players like some of my friends or someone who has a score, they're worth taking, but they are my top priority. I'm not looking to get a mage every time. Now, saying that, there are changes, and I have seen some pretty big frost mages and fire mages in those hard keys. So in that, I might start to take mages in my key, fire or frost. I mean, even Karkang, but I just haven't seen them enough. Again, I think they have the score, I'll take them. Warriors. You must be a friend. Now, there are some decent warriors out there doing decent damage, but at the end of the day, I'm not taking them because they don't do as much damage as my locks, my mages, my demon hunters. Like, they're okay. And I guess this is, the stage of that. When you start to get a 3.1k and you're starting to live with keys, early on, take people that are at the same ILO, done a key, you can get through. But I really want to min-max. I'm honestly not taking them unless they're my friend. Okay, I take my warrior friends because there are good ones out there. Sometimes, if they have a score, I might take them if I see a high score, but it's more I've waited long enough. If I've waited long enough, they have a good score, I'll take them. I will not prioritize them over a mage, a warlock, or demon hunter. So that's kind of my warrior. With my fury, my two warriors kind of say, waited long enough or must be a friend. I think fury is better than arms. Rogues. Ugh, this is again assassination rogues. I think where I'm at with rogues is if they have score, I will take an outlaw rogue at the pop, or where's subtle rogue. I liked him as a tank main because I can shift the routes with Shroud. I don't think, and it kind of the way I form my groups, I kind of see rogues as a supporting class. I don't see them as my main damage dealer. I see my lock, my frost mage, and my demon hunter as my three big damage dealers. I need them in my group because they just do insane damage at the top. Okay, they usually finish 80k above every other DPS. Okay, so I would like to take a rogue with a mage, or a rogue with a warlock, or a rogue with a demon hunter, if I think the shrouds are going to be valuable, like in Everbloom, and I can utilize them more. Otherwise, I'll take a different class. So always in my key. If I can, I'll get a rogue with a demo or a demon hunter. If they have score, sometimes they'll bring them in. We won't do tanks yet. Hunters, I've waited long enough, I think is where I said a hunter. I haven't seen a marksman hunter. I've not seen a survival hunter. I think survival can compete. I just haven't seen them really on my keys. People playing BM. The reason I don't like them up here is I just think they don't have the survivability that a demon hunter, mage, and rogue does. I don't think if they have score and I've waited long enough, I'll probably take them. But I'm going to look for these classes first before I take a BM. You know, it's like, why take a BM when I can take a lock? Why take a BM if I can take a mage? Like that's my process here. Yeah, I'm working from why take this when there's this. If I have to, then I'll take. Boomies, I think if I don't have a rest, this is where it's like versatility with the boomie. Like I think this is where it's I kind of see them support classing. Again, we look at the outlaw rogue here. That's what I see a boomie. Actually just taking a boomie for the verse buff. That's it. And so if I'm taking a rest or druid healer, I probably won't take a boomie. So I guess I don't wait for them. If they have score, I'm considering them, but I probably waited long enough. I'd probably take them. Like, if these aren't showing. Elemental Shaman, haven't seen in the game yet. Enhancement, you must be a friend. I think Enhancement do insane damage, but I think just from playing the few times I've done keys with Enhancement, that's not a friend, and they just flop over from the damage and take a lot of damage. But I have got some good friends who pump. So again, if I know someone and trust them and they know how to play the game, or there's someone who has score, I'll probably take them. But they wouldn't be on my priority list. So I'd say they'd be a friend to invite them. Feral Druid, wouldn't invite them, never see him. DKs, haven't seen a Frost. I have seen one Unholy and he blasted. I guess if they have score, I would take them. They do have a Battle Res and AMZ, but I'm not looking for them on as a priority. I don't think there's enough out there to justify their damage. I'm interested if the legendary helps, but again, I've only seen one. I've taken him, he had score, he did okay. But again, not really seen in my M+ scene. Demon Hunters. Yep, I'm taking them every day of the week. I'm going to take them until they get nerfed enough that they're not 50 to 80k more damage than any other class, and they take no damage. I think they're just insane at the moment. I think a priority every day of the week of forming key is get a Demon Hunter. And that also said, for the secondary, which I don't see, you can see the actual Org Evoker on this list, but the Org Evoker is your actually next one. I don't know why this tier maker doesn't have it, but Org would be my next. I don't take Windwalker Monks. I haven't seen them. What else am I missing here? Ret Pallies, you must be a friend. Again, they do okay damage, but they just don't, and I know they have sack. I just don't see good Ret Pallies out there. There are a couple, and if I guess I have score, I'd take them because I think they can do damage. They do bring Dispel. I just don't think they do enough damage compared to other classes. They do have Bop, which is useful. They do have a Poison Dispel, and they do have a Battle Res. So I guess it's, if I'm not going to have a Warlock, I'm going to search for a Battle Res on a Warlock or a Pally, or what else Battle Res is, or a Druid, or then I might take him, but again, rarely take a Ret Paladin. I think this. I'm gonna go these four first in my top, and then I'm gonna flex down if I need. I'm more likely to bring in. This is if I can't find these for whatever reason, even there's so many players out there, then I'll start picking on. But I think I have waited long enough. Okay, I think they have a bit more survivability and they do decent AoE and single target. Shadow Priest, wouldn't take them. They are getting buffed. But wouldn't take him now. I mean, to see if they come into play. Of course, tanking wise, I'm the Vengeance, so I'm playing Vengeance. I would then play Prop Paladin next, looking at the interrupts and CC and survivability. I actually think Prop Paladin is better. I'm looking to maybe swap to Prop Paladin because the higher you get to keys, the more that sack becomes more valuable for your teammate, though I love the control the Vengeance brings with the sigils. Bear Tank. I think, there are, if I was making my own group and I'm not tanking, I'm healing, I'm going to go Paladin and Vengeance first. I probably will bring in a Brewmaster in next. I would probably then bring a Guardian through next if they had the score, and then a Blood DK, and then I'd bring a Warrior if I waited long enough. I think that, I don't know, I've seen some good Brewmasters. I like the damage they bring. There's some good bears and blood. I don't like healing blood DKs, but I'm sure they might change from the legendary. I just think these are your top classes, and these kind of battle each other. I think warriors just struggle in the magic scene. These guys aren't so bad. Maybe you could probably brewmaster a bit down because of it, but I just think, yeah, the control these two provide at the top and survivability is just out of this world better. Healing wise, I always take a disc priest and I always take a resto druid preferably. I like the versatility in healing. I have been suggested to Mistweaver, and I might drop down my resto druid here because I've been burnt a few times in 25 plus keys on my resto druid. I like the verse and battle res, and this is where it comes to where my mind starts to comp. So if I can't get a warlock, I'm going to look for a resto druid for battle res. If I can get a warlock, I'm going to look for a disc priest. Like, I'm always looking for a battle res. I'm always looking for a lust. And I don't really, my Augur Voker is always going to have it. So that's going to be my lust. I'm just always looking for that battle res and how it fits my comp. I think Mistweaver, their single target healing, and healing has been just like exponentially better. I've seen some really good Mistweavers coming out, and I really like them. I feel a lot more healthier than I do with resto druids. I just feel some of the abilities that are instant that, monks can bring you right back up, and they do a decent amount of damage. So I think the disc is still the best, and I actually think Mist is second. I've never done it with a Holy. Holy Paladin starts to come up. I'm going to take them if I've waited long enough and I can't find these three healers. I will take a Holy. And then Shaman, I had one key that I didn't actually heal, but he must be a friend if I'm going to take him. So that's kind of my tier list of how I make my groups and how I've got to 3100. It's very min-max, it's very elitist, and but this is the reality I live in, and I don't think that you can't get to 3200 and you can't time keys without. I'm just gonna prioritize what I can get the first 10 minutes. If I can't form, I'll adapt accordingly to my group and base it around what score they've achieved. But this is the ultimate group I'm going to look for when I'm pushing keys. So, yeah, this is my Mrreeeee tier list, and I hope you enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, follow. Thanks for the content, and peace.